you're looking at is face, and chest, and stomach area. Alright? So each person take 2 breaks, quick breaths, watch them, and then we'll switch. I'll take, make sure you guys switch. So you're watching their face, and you're watching their chest and stomach area.
You're breathing through chest, you're not breathing through
No, just regular breathing, guys. And do not hold your breath. Regular breathing. 2 breaths each person. Good? Sit back down. So the reason why we're looking in the face was to make sure they're breathing through their nose. If anybody's breathing with their mouth, the whole posture goes wrong, and you misalign your whole vertebrae. You have a leaning forward posture, breathing with your mouth. We don't want to do that. So that's the first thing. The reason why I didn't tell you what you were looking for is because then you would try to think about and change your breathing pattern. Second thing you're looking for is the chest and the stomach area. You see people breathe with their chest. Obviously that's being exaggerated a little bit, but if you're exercising, that is exactly how you catch your breath. That is the last thing you want to do. You want to start breathing with your stomach or your diaphragm area. Alright? Breathing in through the stomach, your hand moves, and then in the end, little inch, you expand outward with the ribs. Alright? It's not chest breathing, not up and down. Alright? If you guys ever, I know you guys work out here, and you see hard wads or you're doing hard exercise back to back, if you're catching your breath doing this, you're not getting any oxygen into your body. All you're doing is putting stress on your system. Come in. So that brings me to, under breathing, we have parasympathetic versus sympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is anything to do with your organs or your glands. This is kind of what you do, sitting there, waiting, just sitting there right now, digesting your food, calm at peace. Sympathetic nervous system is a fight or flight reflex. If you encounter a bear or a tiger, that is the thing that's going to kick in. Your adrenaline goes up, your pupils dilate, you increase heart rate, increased blood circulation to the muscles, so you can do incredible feats and you think whether you're going to fight the tiger or run away from the tiger. This helps you. What it does, another thing that it does, is it constricts the blood to the digestive system. So anybody that's constipated all the time is because they're always in that sympathetic nervous system response. They're always thinking they're running away from tiger or bear. We don't encounter bears or tigers very often out of our lives, but we always think of some very minimum thing like, standing in front of people and talking. We think, oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack. That's a fight or flight. You have to be nice and relaxed. So you need to practice a lot of things like meditation, yoga. First of all, it helps with breathing, and it brings you down to parasympathetic system. Alright? Next, hydration. Just saying hydration, I get thirsty, I want to get a drink, so I hope you guys don't mind. Also, anybody thirsty, we have 2 cases of water bottles in the back. Please help yourselves. When you drink, on your sheet that I gave you, it says consume at least half your body weight in ounces of water per day. So an example of that is you're 200 pounds, you're drinking 100 ounces of water a day. This is on a regular day, you're not exercising, pure water hydration. Alright, so if you're 100 pounds, you're consuming 50, you get the math. I'm not going to talk about all the drinks that you shouldn't be drinking. I'm only going to say the things that you should be drinking, because if I talk about hydration, I could be here all day of the things you shouldn't be consuming. So the things that I would recommend is obviously good quality water. What I do with water, because most of it is soft, is I add a pinch of Celtic sea salt to it, which adds minerals and it adds a little bit of hardness to it. It tastes better for your palate, and if you're tasting sea salt, then you obviously added too much, you have to dilute it. Just a little trick. I know people get bored with water. I had so many clients tell me, I can't drink water anymore, it tastes bad. Try that. There's also other different things that you can do: lemon, lime, apples, pears. Cut it up, dice it up, put it in your water. You don't have to add Crystal Light or whatever other little sugar things that they're selling right now on the market. The second thing that I would suggest that you drink is fresh squeezed juices, which is fruit juice or vegetable juice. It has a lot of minerals and vitamins, and obviously it's liquid, so you get the same benefit out of it. Another thing that I like is coconut water. I'm not a spokesman for it, but I should be because I like it a lot. That's a great natural way to get your electrolytes refilled. I don't do any Powerades or Gatorades. Obviously, I'm not a spokesman for them. And also raw dairy. I love raw dairy. Again, I'm not going to say why I like it because we're going to be here all day. But do your own research. If you need me to, I'll do the research for you. But raw dairy is great. Also, you can drink good organic coffee or good organic tea. But again, you don't want to drink that too much because of caffeine. Again, I'm not going to get into why, because we're going to be here all day. Alright, so let's get into food now, because this is a nutrition seminar. We're going to try to get food in there. So anybody know why do we eat?
For energy.
What's that?
For energy.
For energy? Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Because we're hungry.
There we go. Alright, so we're going to start at the beginning. Mommy and daddy meets. I think you guys know where it's going. Somehow, sperm meets the egg, and the cells multiply. Those cells are us right now. So we have specific cells for our skin, for our organs, for our liver, for our kidney, for our lungs, for everything. So the first thing is cells. Everything we eat, we create new cells, because our cells die off whether it takes 5 to 10 minutes for our cells to die off and reborn, regenerate, or it takes 2 to 3 days for them to regenerate. So if you're eating a donut, it literally becomes your cells. That is why I want to talk about the cells, because most people eat, they don't know why they eat and what happens to the body when you consume your food. You want to pick nutritional food, because versus the donut that you're eating or an apple that you're eating, would you rather be apple cells or would you rather be donut cells? Right? So, since we might not like donuts, let's do cakes or cookies. Right? So I'm just saying, it's exactly, whatever you eat is what regenerates. I'm sure you guys know that dust is our dead skin cells. That's just a prime example of our cells regenerating all the time. Alright? Keep that in mind. Also, aging. We age, let's say, somebody who is 50 years old, with another person that's 50 years old, and because of their lifestyle, because of what they eat, one person looks 80, one person looks 30. Huge difference. That's aging. That's how cells age as well. It's because every time they regenerate properly. They regenerate with the donut cells instead of the good apple cells. Alright, so keep that in mind next time you put food in your mouth. That comes to listening to your body, how your body reacts. So, the main thing that I want you all to get out of this seminar is learning how to listen to your body. Most of us are not sure how our body reacts. Anytime you have a headache, that's a sign or a symptom of something that you're doing. Whether you're dehydrated, whether you have an allergy to a certain food that you might not be aware of, whether you're hungry, alright? Or New Year's happened, you were all dehydrated because you were partying so hard on New Year's, alright? That's a sign. So what's the first treatment or therapy for having a nice hangover?
Coconut water.
Well, you guys know better, but most people is take an aspirin or a Tylenol with a glass of water, correct? All you're doing is masking the headache. All you had to do was drink a little water, coconut water, and eventually your headache will go away. It's not going to happen instantly. It's not like an aspirin where it masks the pain, but eventually it'll go away. So I have a great analogy for this is, you touch a stove, a hot stove, and you burn your finger. Right away you have a burned finger and you're like, oh crap, I burned my finger. You know exactly what the cause of this was, right? You touch it, burned it. So headache is the same thing. It's a symptom of something you did. Most people don't know what it is because they don't connect the dots. Stomach issues, muscle aches, everything has a cause, and all it is a symptom. You need to trace it back. Most people are not aware of that. You have to start listening to your body. It tells you a lot of things. Being overweight is a symptom. It is not a cause. Alright? You have a symptom of being overweight, it's you being very toxic of all the food that you're eating. So that donut you're eating, it comes up right on your body being overweight. Alright? So, the next thing I'm going to talk about is calories versus nutrients. Calories is the energy source that you need. So, BMR, or basic metabolic resting rate, is as many calories that you need to consume a day in order for you to survive. So whether it's 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories, for you just to lay there in bed all day and for you to be alive. That's energy you need. Another thing that we need, that most of us, all of us need, is nutrients that some of us don't get out of our food. All we're getting is calories. So anytime you get nutrients with your food, you get calories. But if anytime you get calories, you do not get nutrients. I hope I'm making sense. So most of the food, let's say, I like using donuts because everybody's kind of familiar with it. Donuts has calories, right? 100, 200 calories per donut. 0 nutrients. Apple has nutrients in it. It has vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and it has calories too. 79 calories per average apple. That is what you're trying to base your diet off now. It's nutrients versus calories. You're not counting calories every day. You're not going to Weight Watchers and doing the point system. That's all great, but it's not going to last you the whole lifestyle. You want to start looking at nutrient facts, and you want to try to get the most out of nutrients. So what type of food should we be eating? Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, food, meats, and that's pretty much it. Alright? The list is very small, but you can do so much with it. Alright? We don't have to have all the processed foods. All the processed food is made by chemists, by scientists. It's not made by a cook. All the stuff is made for you to be addicted to it, and it's all chemicals. It's not food, basically. So, since I touched a little bit on diets and lifestyle, I will talk about diets. Diets and dieting. We have about 30 or 40 different diets out there right now. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, whatever, you name it. And for each diet, there's 20 or 30 different books on it. So if you guys go, you might be extremely confused going to Barnes & Noble and trying to get a diet book or trying to get information, nutrients, or nutrition. It's extremely confusing. It doesn't have to be. It's very simple. All you have to do is eat the way you eat for the rest of your lifestyle. Diets are meant to get you from point A to point B, let's say, losing 5 to 10 pounds in the next month. Sure, you can lose that 5 to 10 pounds. But what happens when you get off that diet and go back to your regular diet that you're eating every day? You go back to getting the results, and the weight that you lost is going to come back with a vengeance. Alright? It's going to come back more than that 5 or 10 pounds that you lost. You're going to gain 15 pounds or 20 pounds. Because what happens is you starve your body off nutrients, and your body craves it, and then it starts craving more calories instead of getting nutrients. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is make it a lifestyle, something you can live for the rest of your life. And when you make it a lifestyle, you follow an 80-20 rule.